So dear children, in this video we are starting with day 12. Day 12 is dealing with area number operations. Topic is subtraction. Subtopic is subtraction of 6 and 7 digit numbers. Let us see what is given in the concept corner. In the previous class we have seen how to subtract numbers up to 5 digits. So here one example is given. If a trader bought farm produce worth rupees 34,506 on the first day and rupees 54,937 on the second day, how much more did he buy on the second day than on the first day? How much more we have to find out. When such words are there, what we do? We do the subtraction. While doing the subtraction, we should be very careful that the bigger number should be written at the top and below that down the smaller number should be there, because we have to subtract smaller number from bigger one. So you have to be very careful while writing the numbers one below other in the subtraction. The same method can be used to subtract the numbers with more than 5 digits. Here we have given two examples. Two solved examples are there. You have to see. In first example, borrowing numbers are shown, but in second example borrowing numbers are not shown. So you have to write this second example in your notebook and solve it. Show the borrowed numbers properly and solve it. Now we will be solving from concept corner this question subtract in our notebook, and challenge corner these two questions in the notebook. So these questions from concept corner, two questions, and two questions from challenge corner we will be solving in the notebook for activity sheet number 12. So let us solve in the notebook. So this is my activity sheet number 12, area, number operation, topic subtraction, subtopic subtraction of 6 and 7 digit numbers. In concept corner we have these two solved examples. Only the borrowed numbers are not shown here, so that we will have to write. So 9 minus 3, 6 is there. Upper number is 9, which is bigger than this lower number. So we can directly write the answer. 9 minus 3 is 6. Now next is 1 minus 2. 1 is smaller than 2, so we cannot subtract. So in place of 1 we have to write 11. That means we have borrowed 1 from 5 from this previous number. So we have borrowed 1 from 5, so 5 has become 6 now. Correct? Now 11 minus 2 is 9. Then 6 minus, 5 has become 4. Sorry, we have to make one smaller number. So 5 has become 4 now. 4 minus 4 is 0. Correct? Now 7 minus 7 is 0. 1 minus 0 is 1. That can be done because these are the equal digits which can be subtracted. Here it is bigger, here it is smaller, so that can be done. 3 minus 0 is 3 and 1 minus 1 is 0. So in this way here we don't require to borrow. But in this particular unit place 10 place digit, 1 and 2 is there. So 1 is smaller, that's why we have to write 11 here. That means we have borrowed 1 from 5. We have borrowed 1 from 5. So 5 has become 4. And then you can subtract. Now let us go on the next solved example. There is, these numbers are written one below other. Let us check unit place digit. 5 minus 7. 5 is smaller, 7 is bigger. So 7 cannot be subtracted from 5. So we have to borrow 1 from 4. So 4 becomes 3. And 5 becomes 15. Correct? We have borrowed 1 from 4. So 4 becomes 3. And 5 becomes 15. 15 minus 7 can be done, which is 8. Now 3 minus 4 again cannot be done. So that means we have to borrow 1 from this 3. So 3 becomes 2. And in place of this 3 we have to write 13. So 13 minus 4 we have to do, which is 9. Now let us do 2 minus 5. Again 2 minus 5 cannot be done. So we have to borrow 1 from this previous 2. So it becomes 1, and in place of 2 we have to write 12. 12 minus 5 is 7. That can be done. Now 1 minus 4 also cannot be done because 1 is smaller. So we have to borrow 1 from this 1. So 1 minus 1, 1 borrowed, 0. We get 0 here, and this 1 becomes 11. 11 minus 4 is 7. Now next, 0 minus 6 cannot be done. So we have to borrow 1 from this 0. This is 0. That means 10 we have to write here, and it becomes 9 now. This 0 becomes 10. 10 minus 6 is 4. Okay. Now here we have written 10 because it was 0, and from this 10 we have borrowed 1, which becomes 9. Now this 10, for this 10 we have borrowed 1 from this number. Okay, so it becomes 6. Now 9 minus 8 is 1, and 6 minus 2 is 4. In this way you all have learned how to do the subtraction. In your previous standards also you have done it. You all have been doing it from your second and third standards subtraction sums. So same method we will have to apply. Now let us see these word problems. Sandesh wants to buy laptop worth rupees 27,459. He has 24,575. So how much more will he need to buy a laptop? So Sandesh is having this much money only, but cost of laptop is 27,459, and he is having 24,575. That means he is falling short of the money. How much short money he is falling, that we have to find out. How much more money he requires. That means we have to do the subtraction. So let us do solution. Cost of laptop, amount with Sandesh. Okay, and how much amount he require? Amount he requires or he needs to buy a laptop. Now let us do it. Cost of laptop is 27,459. 5 digits. He is having 24,575. Again 5 digits. So write one below other. Subtract. Yes. Can you subtract 9 minus 5? Yes. 9 is bigger, 5 is smaller. So 9 minus 5 can be done. It is 4. Can you subtract 5 minus 7? 5 is smaller. So we cannot subtract. So we have to borrow 1 from this 4. It becomes 3. And 5 becomes 15. Now 15 minus 7 we can do. What is 15 minus 7? 8. Now next. 3 minus 5 cannot be done. 3 is smaller. So we have to borrow 1 from this 7. 7 becomes 6 and 3 becomes 13. So 13 minus 5 can be done. What is the answer? 8. 6 minus 4 can be done, which is 2. And 2 minus 2 is 0. So how much money he require? How much more money he required? 2,884 rupees. Now let us go on next sum. In the first year, sugar factory produced 26,37,356 bags of sugar. In second year, the factory produced 34,92,978 bags of sugar. So how many bags of sugar did factory produce in second year? How much more? Again, we will have to do the subtraction. So number of bags produced in first year, we will be writing solution. Number of bags of sugar in first year. Number of bags of sugar in second year. So how much more? I am having very less space on this page, so I am writing below. So number of more bags of sugar produced in second year we have to find out. So number of bags produced in first year are. Can you write first year first, or shall we write second year first? Because in second year the bags are more, in first year the bags are less. So we have to subtract the smaller number from bigger. So here we have to write second year, and below that we have to write first year. Okay, so I have done the mistake. You don't do it. I will be making the correction. First we have to write the second year bags, and then we have to write first year bags, because in second year the number of bags are more, in first year the bags are less. So I have done the correction. Number of bags of sugar in second year and number of bags of sugar in first year. Now second year 34,92,978. First year 26,37,356. Now subtract. 8 minus 6, we start from the unit place. 8 is bigger, 6 is smaller, we can do 2. 7 minus 5, 7 is bigger, 5 is smaller, again 2. 9 minus 3, 9 is bigger, 3 is smaller, again we can subtract directly. 9 minus 3 is 6. Now next 2 minus 7, 2 is smaller number, 7 is bigger. So we have to borrow 1 from this 9, 9 becomes 8, and this 2 becomes 12. 12 minus 7 is 5, we all know. 8 minus 3 can be done, which is 5. Now again 4 minus 6 cannot be done. We have to borrow 1 from this 3, 3 becomes 2, and 4 becomes 14. 14 minus 6, what is the answer? 8, and 2 minus 2 is 0. So how many more bags are produced? 8,55,622 bags are produced in the second year. More bags are produced than first year. Okay, so in this way you can complete this activity sheet number 12. Now let us go on day 13. So children, we will continue with day 13 in the same video. Day 13 is dealing with again number operation. Topic is again subtraction, and subtopic is subtraction of 6 and 7 digit numbers. So in concept corner, one solved example is there. You have to see that example. We will be solving from this practice corner in our notebook. In practice corner, one question is there. In challenge corner, we have given these 2 word problems. So total these 3 questions we will be solving in our notebook. So let us go in the notebook. So this is my activity sheet number 13. Area is number knowledge. Topic is subtraction. Subtopic is subtraction of 6 and 7 digit numbers. So let us solve this sum from practice corner. 45,005 and 37,857. This is smaller number, this one is the bigger one. Now let us subtract the unit place digit first. 5 minus 7 cannot be done. 5 is smaller and 7 is bigger. So we have to borrow 1 from this 0. But this is 0, so we have to write 10. As 10 we have written, so we have borrowed 1 from this 0. Again 10 we have to write. 10 we have written, so we have to borrow 1 from this 5, it becomes 4. Now we have borrowed 1 from this 10, so it becomes 9. We have borrowed 1 from this 4, so this 10 becomes 9 again. Now solve. This 5 becomes 15. We have borrowed 1 from this, it becomes 9 and it becomes 15. 15 minus 7 is 8. Now we can subtract this 9 minus 5, which is 4. This 9 minus 8, which is 1. 4 minus 7 cannot be done, so we have to borrow 1 from this 4. 4 becomes 3. This 4 becomes 14. 14 minus 7 can be done. 14 minus 7 is 7. 3 minus 3 is 0. In this way you can subtract. Next questions are word problem from challenge corner. If organization with deposit of rupees 24,13,758 donated rupees 29,25,807 to the corona patients, how much more amount would the organization have collected? See, the organization was having this much amount only, but they donated this much amount. They were having less amount, but they donated more amount. That means they have to collect some amount and then they have donated. So how much more amount they have collected? That means we have to do the subtraction. So the subtraction sum, we write solution amount donated to corona patient deposit amount with organization okay, and more amount they have collected to make this much amount. So the what we should write, more amount, or we can write only amount collected to donate. Okay, so now write amount donated to corona patient is 29,25,807. Amount deposited with the organization is 24,13,758. Now do the subtraction. 7 is smaller, 8 is bigger. We cannot subtract, so we have to borrow 1. Here 0 is there, so we have to write 10. From 10 we have borrowed 1. 10 becomes 9. 7 becomes 17. 17 minus 8, what is the answer? 9. 9 minus 5 can be done. It is 4. Now for this 10 we have borrowed from 8. 8 becomes 7. 7 minus 7 is 0. 5 minus 3 can be done, which is 2. 2 minus 1 can be done, which is 1. 9 minus 4 can be done, which is 5. And 2 minus 2 is 0. So they have collected 5,12,049 rupees. Make the commas carefully. It is 5,12,049 rupees. Now next question is to frame an example. We have to make the question from these two numbers. Two numbers are given. You can make any example. You all can solve it very nicely. I can give you one example. Maybe your examples are different than my example. So it is okay. All of your examples can be different than mine. So two numbers are given, 15,249, 17,726. We have to frame an example of subtraction. So I will be writing the example. I can write any name. Raju wants to purchase or to buy a laptop for his studies. Okay. The cost of laptop, or price also you can write. Cost of laptop is rupees 17,726. Till now, Raju has collected rupees 15,249. So, how much more money Raju requires to purchase a laptop? In this way, you can frame the question. You can write any example for framing your question. So we have completed our activity sheet number 13. Now we will go on the next day. So now this is day 14. Day 14 is again dealing with area, number operation, and topic is again subtraction, and that's why we are continuing day 14 in this same video of subtraction. Subtopic is let us practice. So that means we have to practice the given examples. You all have learned how to subtract. Now practice these examples. 6 examples are given to us in the concept corner for subtraction. So we will be solving these 6 examples in the notebook. So let us continue in the notebook. Children, this is my activity sheet number 14, area, number, operation, topic, subtraction and subtopics. Let us practice. So we have given so many examples for practice. So let us practice. In subtraction, the number which is written first should be written top, and then below that we will be writing the next number. So let us write the numbers. Keep the space between the numbers so we can write the borrowing numbers very properly. So the numbers 8, 5, 7, 5, 1, 3 minus 4, 8, 2, 2, 5, 6. Both the numbers are having same number of digits, so you can write one below other. We subtract. Now 3 minus 6 cannot be done, correct? So we have to borrow 1 from here. Now 1 minus 5 also cannot be done. 1 is very small number. So for that we have to write 11. And for this 11 we have borrowed 1 from this 5. So this 5 becomes 4. Now from this 11 we have to borrow 1 to make this 3 13. For making this 3 as 13 we have to borrow 1 from this 11. So this 11 becomes 10. Now we can do 13 minus 6. 13 minus 6 is 7, we all know. Now 10 minus 5 you can do, it is 5. 4 minus 2 also can be done, 2. 7 minus 2 is 5. Now see again, 5 minus 8 cannot be done because 5 is smaller, 8 is bigger. So we have to borrow 1 from this 8. 8 becomes 7. And now this 5 becomes 15. 15 minus 8 is 7. And 7 minus 4 is 3. So in this way, while borrowing the number from the previous number, check that number. If it is smaller than this number, you have to write that number properly. 1 and 5. 5 cannot be subtracted from 1, so make it 11. From this 11 we have borrowed 1, so this becomes 13. And this 11, for this 11 we have borrowed 1 from this 5, so 5 becomes 4. And now from this 11 1 is borrowed, so 11 becomes 10. So in this way you have to write it very carefully. Now let us write the second number. 1, 3, 1, 7, 5, 1, 9. 1, 0, 0, 7, 4, 2, 3 minus. Start from unit place digit. 9 is bigger, 3 is smaller. We can do the subtraction. 9 minus 3 is 6. Now 1 is smaller than 2, so we cannot subtract. We have to borrow 1 from this 5. 5 becomes 4 and 1 becomes 11. Correct? Now 11 minus 2 we can do it is 9. 4 minus 4 is 0. Now next, 7 minus 7 is also 0. 1 minus 0 can be done, which is 1. 3 minus 0 can be done, which is 3. 1 minus 1 is 0. So here only we will have to borrow. Now next sums. Write the numbers very carefully, one below other. 6, 8, 3, 4, 5, 0, 1. Next number is 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 2, 3. Subtract. Minus. 1 minus 3 cannot be done, so we have to borrow 1 from this 0. But 0 is very small. We cannot subtract 2 from 0. So this 0 becomes 10. For this 10, we have borrowed this 1 from this 5. So 5 becomes 4. Okay. Now from this 10 we have to borrow 1. So this 1 becomes 11. As we have borrowed 1 from this 10, 10 becomes 9. Now 11 minus 3 can be done, 8. 9 minus 2 can be done, 7. Now 4 minus 8 cannot be done. That means we have to borrow 1 from this 4. This 4 becomes 3 and this 4 becomes 14. 14 minus 8 can be done, which is 6. 3 minus 7 cannot be done. 3 is smaller, 7 is bigger. So we have to borrow 1 from this 3. 3 becomes 2 and this 3 becomes 13. Now 13 minus 7 can be done, 6. 2 minus 5 cannot be done. 2 is smaller, 5 is bigger. So we have to borrow 1 from this 8. 8 becomes 7 and this 2 becomes 12. 12 minus 5 can be done, which is 7. 7 minus 3, 7 is bigger, 3 is smaller. So we can do this subtraction. 7 minus 3 is 4 and 6 minus 2 is 4. Now next sum. Do the subtraction very nicely. Okay, borrowing should be done very correctly. Next sum. Write the numbers one below other. 4, 5, 4, 3, 8, 2, 7. I am writing numbers very big so it is visible properly to you all. 1, 2, 0, 5, 9, 3, 8. Subtract. Now 7 minus 8 cannot be done. 7 is smaller, 8 is bigger. So we have to borrow 1 from this 2. So 2 becomes 1. 7 becomes 17. 17 minus 8 is, what is the answer? 9. Now 1 minus 3 cannot be done. 1 is smaller, 3 is bigger. So we have to borrow 1 from this 8. 8 becomes 7 and 1 becomes 11. 11 minus 3, what is the answer? 8. Now 7 minus 9 can we do? No, because 7 is smaller than 9. So we have to borrow 1 from this 2. 3 becomes 2 and 7 becomes 17. Now 17 minus 9, what is the answer? 8, correct? Now again 2 minus 5 cannot be done. 2 is smaller, 5 is bigger. So we have to borrow 1 from this 4. 4 becomes 3, 2 becomes 12. Now 12 minus 5 can be done, which is 7. 3 minus 0 is 3. We can do it. 5 minus 2 is 3. We can do it. 4 minus 1 is 3. We can do it. So in this way solve it. Next sum. 2 sums are remaining. We write those numbers properly. 7, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Below that smaller number 2, 8, 6, 4, 5, 4, 7 minus. Subtract. Can you subtract 5 minus 7? No. So we have to borrow 1 from this 4. 5 becomes 15. 15 minus 7 is 8. Can you subtract 1 from 4? Sorry, can you subtract 4 from 1? No. 1 is smaller, 4 is bigger, so we have to borrow 1 from this 3. 3 becomes 2, 1 becomes 11. 11 minus 4, what is the answer? 7. Can you subtract 2 and 5 from 2? No, 2 is smaller, 5 is bigger, so we have to borrow 1 from this 2. This 2 becomes 2 becomes 12. Correct? So 12 minus 5 is 7. Can you subtract 4 from 1? No, 1 is smaller than 4. So we have to borrow 1 from this 1. 1 becomes 0. And this 1 becomes 11. 11 minus 4, 7 again. 11 minus 4, 7, correct. Now, 0 minus 6 cannot be done. So we have to borrow 1 from this 0. Now this 0 is there, so we have to write 10. From this 10 we have borrowed 1. It becomes 9 and this 0 becomes 10. So 10 minus 6 is 4. For this 10 we have borrowed 1 from this 7. It becomes 6. 9 minus 8 can be done, which is 1. And 6 minus 2 is 4. Last sum. 3, 8, 0, 1, 2, 1, 3. 3, 7, 5, 4, 6, 4, 8. Minus. Okay. Now subtract. 3 is smaller, 8 is bigger. We cannot subtract 8 from 3. So borrow 1 from here. 1 minus 1, 0. Now this 3 becomes 13. 13 minus 8 is 5. 0 minus 4 cannot be done. We have to borrow 1 from this 2. This 0 becomes 10. 10 minus 4 is 6. 1 minus 6 cannot be done. We have to borrow 1 from this 1. It becomes 0. And 1 becomes 11. 11 minus 6 is 5. 0 minus 4 cannot be done. We have to borrow 1 from this 0. But we cannot borrow 1 from 0. So we have to borrow 1 from this 8. 8 becomes 7. This becomes 10. We have to borrow 1 from this 10. So it becomes 9 and this 0 becomes 10. Okay. 10 minus 4 is 6. 9 minus 5 is 4. 7 minus 7 is 0. 3 minus 3 is 0. Answer is 46,565. In this way you can underline the answers and complete this practice questions from activity sheet number 14. So in this way we have completed activity sheet number 12, 13 and 14 in this video.